Today I'm going to show you how to install vinyl, solid vinyl on a piece of Dibond. This is a 16-inch by 96-inch piece of Dibond. These are some of the items you're going to need. Good pair of scissors, nice clean sharp scissors that are going to be able to cut straight. Some application fluid, I buy this stuff by the gallon, in a spray bottle. A soft squeegee, one so you don't scratch your vinyl when you're applying it. And I have this as a weight. So this is a big book. It's perfect for this application. Perfect size, perfect weight. And of course your vinyl. Today I'm using Oracal 651 gloss. It's a pretty common product. This is a dark red. So I'm going to put it, so basically skin this whole piece of metal. It's 96 inches long with this red vinyl. I'm going to peel off the plastic protective layer. That was the back. Some material have a front and a back. This, it doesn't matter which side you use. So I'm going to peel off the front. I'm going to unroll this vinyl, going about 2 inches over the edge and 2 inches over the far edge, and then cutting it. Now I'm going to move the vinyl so it's 2 inches on the top. Basically, I'm making this piece of vinyl 2 inches bigger than the piece of metal. And you want to make sure you have enough vinyl to do your whole sheet. Alright, now I'm going to cut from this side, the front side. I can feel the vinyl right here. I'm going to cut 2 inches this way. And because this vinyl has a little grid, I could start on one line and just go down that same line all the way down. Good sharp scissors. Alright, now I'm going to flip the vinyl over. Align it 2 inches all the way around. It can be rough. You just want to make sure you're not too close to the metal edge because you want to cover the whole metal. Make sure and check it again, because if you move it over there, it's going to pivot over here. Okay, that's good right there. Now I'm going to place this weight a little bit to the right of the middle. So wherever your middle is, put it a little bit to the right. Say about right there. And now I'm going to fold this over. And I'm going to peel the backing paper off the vinyl. You don't want to keep the vinyl flat on the other piece, touching it lightly so that your fingers don't get the back of the vinyl too dirty, or that could cause problems. You can use also your fingernails to hold it down. I'm going to peel this backing. And now we're going to cut right here. Now we spray the back of all the vinyl and that half of the metal. Not too much, not too little. You just want to kind of a nice layer over the whole thing, and you can add more. Now we're gonna wet the edge of the squeegee. You're gonna lift this vinyl up in the air. You want your spray bottle handy to where you can reach it. You're gonna lift this up in the air. You see these corners flapping over? That's okay as long as the sticky part doesn't touch the other sticky part. You're gonna go all the way over, and then you're gonna start squeegeeing right at this edge. And you need good lighting so you can see if there's any bubbles. So you can see the reflection. And this could also always be peeled back since it is wet. If you try to do this without application fluid, you won't be able to do that. You'll end up stretching the vinyl, or you won't be able to get it off. So we're going to re-wet that. I'm going to change the angle here. Once again, keep this blade wet. Nice mist. Now you're going to apply like this. And just watching out for air. Watching out for bubbles. So you're going to lay this whole thing down. If you have problems like that, you just lift it and replace it. This got a little dry. You can also spray the front of the vinyl. You'll notice the squeegee moves a lot smoother. This might be getting dry, is why I'm having problems. That's vinyl getting stuck to itself. Just peel it carefully. There's a lot of wrinkles right here. I think it's just dry. Yep, that helps. Now you're going to go back to where you started. You're going to go up and down with a lot of pressure. Again, keep this wet. Squeezing out any remaining fluid. Now there's some like little micro bubbles here, but that's part of vinyl. You're not going to get 100% of everything out, but you want to at least get any big bubbles, any big pockets. You can also push them out with your finger. That side's done, and because I'm applying like this with my right hand rather than applying this way with my left hand, I'm going to flip the material around. And making sure it's on the table, not hanging off the edge, because you want to be able to put a lot of pressure on it. Put the book back on here. Now, because this backing paper got wet from when I sprayed it, what happens is it dissolves and it leaves little bits of paper on the vinyl, so you need to clean that off first. It's not too hard. You just wet it and just kind of rub it with your finger. If you don't remove these little bits of paper, they end up being little lumps. Alright, they're all gone. So I'm going to remove the backing that way, spray the vinyl, and then spray this part of the metal. You want a nice, kind of solid misting. To flip that over, make sure your squeegee is wet, or you can wet the vinyl and start at the edge. Get all the air that was at that edge out. Now this is starting to fold over, so you gotta open it back up and release any of these where it touches. Because it has application fluid on it, it will come loose. So this is a pretty long piece, is why that's happening. Alright, back to application. Nice and smooth. Squeezing out all the liquid in one direction, making sure not to go up and down or up one way, and that'll stretch your vinyl. So this method ensures your vinyl isn't stretching. Right, remember, go back to the beginning and squeeze up and down to get any remaining liquid out. There isn't much because you pretty much pushed it all out that back end, which is why this is a better method than going up and down on the first pass. Now there are micro lines because of this, but it's better than a hard squeegee. A hard squeegee will put in some deeper scratches. That's it, it's ready to go. I usually let this sit. I'll try to let it sit overnight, or at least a few hours before I cut it, just to let whatever remaining fluid is under the edges to evaporate. And then before cutting, you want to do one more squeegee at the edges just to get all remaining fluid out. And when you cut it, you're probably going to want to do it again, because that way there'll be even a little bit more liquid trapped at the edge. And you're going to want a rag to soak up that application fluid while you're squeegeeing it out. Hope this helps. This is always intimidating for me. Even now, I've been doing it for a long time. But I think with this method, it can really help out if you're struggling on how to do this. So good luck. Here's the finished product. As you can see, it's pretty smooth. There is still a little bit of fluid trapped here in the edges, but you can get that out when you cut it. That's how you do it.